go to green on the backstretch. Stebbins and Meany. Green is out. The pace picks up. They're off and running. It's Stebbins rocketing out into the lead. Here comes Roger Shepard down low as Alexander gets crossed up with a 44X. Barry Gray to the outside with car number 29. A pair of 29s run side by side with the junior of Eddie Brio Jr. running low and Barry Gray in the 29 up high. Alexander now moving in on John Meany. And he takes position number 3 as we've got a battle for the lead with Roger Shepard closing right in on Dan Stebbins. John Meany on the outside, losing a couple of spots. Stebbins continues to hold the lead. Alexander looking low with a 44X. Cannot make the move that time, but Roger Shepard is looking to make the move on Stebbins in the battle for the lead. So 3 cars dice it up front, and Eddie Brio Jr. has moved into the picture. Now Shepard gets right alongside Stebbins, moves on past, and takes the lead. Alexander now battles. Brio in the 29 junior running very, very well as he ducks low and picks up 3rd. Now Barry Gray shoots to the low side, tries to take the spot. Gray and Brio again side by side, and it looks like Gray will take 3rd off of turn 2. It's Shepard leading, Alexander 2nd, Gray in 3rd. In the 4th position, it's Brio. Stebbins back to 5th, Meany to 6th, as we now have a battle for position number 2. Kirk Alexander and Barry Gray, the top 2 point contenders. And Gray takes the 2nd spot. Roger Shepard really pouring it on now with car number 34. But Barry Gray closing in ever so slightly each lap is definitely a threat. Alexander now 3rd. Eddie Brio Jr. 4th. Gray now looking low on Shepard. They head into turn 1. Gray pulls right up alongside as Shepard gets slightly out of shape. Now Shepard comes right back into the lead, but Gray will close back in coming off the turn. They go into turn 1. Buffum could be a factor. But Barry Gray is able to squeeze by. Shepard running the high side, falls back to position number 2. Gray now leads with Shepard 2nd, Kirk Alexander holding on to 3rd over Brio. Dan Stebbins is now 5th, John Meany 6th, Glenn Griswold 7th, 8th is Al Fitzgerald, and it's the 12 of Buffum and the 46 being driven by Clinton Graham. Less than 9 laps to go for Barry Gray. Brio looks to the low side of Kirk Alexander. They'll battle for 3rd. At the line, it looks like Brio, but now a sign of smoke. Brio gets out of shape, and Alexander's able to come right back alongside in that battle for 3rd, the hot spot on the racetrack. Brio is out of shape once again, but still at the line, he has the spot. A lot more smoke now starts to go out from underneath the 29 junior as we come around to complete lap 19. 6 to go for Barry Gray. go for Gray. Shepard still second. Brio has moved up to third. Alexander now fourth. Stebbins still fifth. Stebbins, Meany, and Griswold running close. Fifth, sixth, and seventh. Then it's Fitzgerald, Buffum, and Clinton Graham. 3 laps to go. This time for Barry Gray en route to his 8th win of the year. Laps to go now. Gray continues to pour it on. There could be a battle for second before this one's out. Eddie Brio Jr. has finally closed right in on Roger Shepard, but Shepard has the power heading into the turns and will likely succeed in fending off the challenge. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go for Gray. Into turn number 3 and out of turn 4 for his 8th win of the year, Barry Gray. In that battle for third, Brio nags Kirk Alexander at the line for that spot. Don't forget our 50-50 raffles in progress. The driver point fund. So hold up your dollar and give her a holler. And you may be the person to take some money out. Even on an Enduro Sunday with a small crowd, somebody went home with 120 bucks Sunday, so maybe you'll go home with twice that. But you got Barry Gray. All right, Barry, congratulations. This has been just a tremendous season for you. And we want to give you guys a little update on Barry. He is the 1993 Riverside Late Model Champion. And what are your thoughts about getting it here? Of course, Kirk Alexander is going to be tough.
Yeah, Kirk's always tough to run against. You know, he's a real strong competitor, so isn't the other cars out there. It just, you know, we'd like to really try to button it up in both places and move on to the Pro Stock division for next year. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Cliff's Auto Body, Leon's Auto Repair, Meadows Motor Cars, They Know the Drugs, Precision Automotive, and all you fans for coming out here today. Thank you.
All right, there's Barry Gray, 8th win of the year, car number 29. And over here, Roger Shepard, another great run for second. Roger, you've been very consistent over the past several weeks.
Thank you. The car was going pretty good. I got to thank Shane, and I got to thank Roy Coley, who works on it a lot. Brian Jones is helping tonight. And I didn't have quite enough bearings, but we'll be back.
All right, there's Roger Shepard, your second place finisher. Good run there. And Eddie Brio Jr., this car is really hooked up today. Congratulations, 3rd place.
Thank you. We've been struggling with this car all year. We packed it. We lost the motor in the other car a couple weeks ago. We brought this one back tonight. The car really ran pretty well for us.
All right, and sponsors you'd like to thank for a top 3 finish?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Toy Town Auto Salvage and Al Service.
All right, there's Eddie Brio Jr., tonight's 3rd place finisher in the late model feature.
Okay, now let's get to these NASCAR Traffic Technology Pontiac. And in the 2, from Oakham, Massachusetts, the Buckley Auto Body Mustang for Ron Smith. Here they come now, looking for the green off turn 4, and there it is. And on the outside, it's going to be a sandwich for Patnode as Clayton goes high, then low, then high again, and Alexander will just stomp on it and romp underneath. Here comes Smith up the inside from last to 3rd in a quick run. To the line, it'll be Alexander, Clayton, Smith, Davis, Patnode, and Thompson. On the backstretch, into 3, Alexander and Smith. DeWitt Davis moves into 3rd. Clayton 4th. Davis 5th, Patnode 6th, Thompson 7th. Alexander holds a low line. Smith trying to move up the challenge. Alexander lets it all out. Loses a little time going sideways. Smith sets up off turn 2. Alexander in deep trouble. Has to fight it back, down to the grass and back up again. And Smith takes the lead. DeWitt Davis goes by for 2nd. Alexander back to 3rd. It'll be Smith, Davis, Alexander. Clayton, Davis, Patnode, Thompson. Ronnie Smith, now Alexander back to the inside and back into 2nd. He'll try to run Smith down here with about 2 laps to go. This is an 8-lap qualifier. Now 2 to go. Alexander's got a long way to go to catch Ron Smith here in this qualifying event. It really doesn't have any bearing on where they line up in the feature. And Smith will come down to complete the final lap and pick up the win in this first qualifying event. Alexander second, Davis third, Clayton fourth, Davis fifth, then Patnode and Thompson. Second mini stock qualifier waiting in the pits to come on. Here they come. Everybody surrounds Lawrence going down into the corner. Way up high is Davis. In the middle is, look out, Anaki. Cut that thing a little bit to the left too much, and Fred Felton almost didn't get through there, but he's got the lead. Felton, Anaki, Pollard, Davis, Ermark moving up. Fred Felton with a solid lead. Pollard down inside, slides that old Saab right up to the outside of the racetrack. Whoa! I don't know what kind of track conditions we've got tonight, but it doesn't favor front-wheel drive. Here's Felton smoothly through the corner. Pollard way up. Anaki not able to gain. Halfway through the event, now down 5. 3 to go. Fred Felton, Darrell Pollard, and Alan Anaki. Then Bobby Ermark and Chris Davis. Charlie Lawrence brings up the backside of the field. 2 to go now. 2 to go. White flag, 1 lap now. 1 for Felton, Pollard, Anaki, Ermark, Davis, and Charlie Lawrence. White flag now, the checker out, and it'll be Fred Felton for the win. Darrell Pollard, Alan Anaki, Bobby Ermark, Chris Davis round out the top 5. Charlie Lawrence hits the stripe to round out the field. The 16, Bill Powers, and the 4 is Gary Almeida. Green is out. 12 cars vying in this strictly stock qualifying heat. Trevor Downey leads the field into turn 1. Steve Drew right alongside in the 17. Behind them, Morton, Griswold, Muka, Fitzgerald, and Zielinski. Here comes Morton. They go 3 wide for the lead. Contact is made, and Drew gets the worst of it. Doug McLean comes in, makes contact. Almeida spins to avoid contact and does so. Drew gets it fired back up. Rob Morton going 3 wide into turn 3. Morton is your pace setter, and there's the green flag. Off the turn they come. Morton down low, has the lead as they come off turn 2. Here comes Muka to the low side with car number 08. He decides not to slingshot it, but he's going to go for it. Tom Muka heads up into turn number 1, and he's got the lead off too. Morton back to second. Johnston is now up to third with Griswold running the outside. Zielinski and Kassman are side by side, next in line, and then it's Steve Drew in the 17. Muka really running strong.
Johnston now with a great run up to second with car number 2. The 17X of Cashman has moved up into third. Griswold will now look low on Morton, and he'll try to take fourth. Right behind him is Zielinski and Steve Drew. Halfway marker is out. Muka looking good. Johnston holding that second spot and doing a heck of a job of doing so with Cashman up to third and challenging with the 17X. Griswold back in the thick of things in the 46 now fourth. Zielinski and Drew are next to get by Morton. He drops all the way back to position number 7 this time. Two laps to go for Muka. Johnston now feeling the pressure as Cashman dives low. This time 1 to go, and McLean gets out of shape as the leaders come by, but he's out of harm's way. Contact, Griswold and Zielinski come together as they go into turn 1. Griswold all over the track, but holds on. And here's the checkers. It's for Tom Muka, car number 08. Three cars, and here's 11 of them getting set to do battle in the heat. Green is out, Pachalski leads. Meany on the outside gets around Paterni and holds second. Joe Zellman works his way to fourth. Paterni comes in, a little contact made. Hemlin goes around in turn 4 with the 09. Pachalski looking good in the lead, but we've got a caution as Hemlin is unable to refire in time, so Kenny Isobone puts out the yellow flag. There's the green. They're off down into turn 1. Pachalski again with a nice lead to start. Paterni and Zellman are side by side. For a moment they're battling for third. But here comes Frank Carey down low in car number 3. Carey ready to make the move past Zellman. He gets the job done and moves up to 4th. Meany gets up high. Paterni goes low in the 13, and he'll try to take second as they head into turn 3. Meany gets a little bit more out of shape that time, and Paterni has the spot. Carey now looking to the outside, but here comes Zellman back down low in the 22. Pachalski continues to lead, pulling away. Paterni still holding that second spot, but Meany, Zellman, and Carey are really running tight. Zellman right back down low with the 22. He's regained the 4th spot. Now let's see if he can get one more. Carey falls in line. White flag. 1 lap to go. Now Meany dives back down low on Paterni as they go down the backstretch. Paterni fends him off. Checkered flag in the air. Bumper tag, and here comes Pachalski, and for third, it's Joe Zellman at the line, nicking Meany. Great last-minute move on the part of car number 22, Joe Zellman. He will pick up the 3rd position over Meany. So it's
Bill Bree in the Calessa Farms Pontiac. The 10 is Dave Knight. Gary Knight in the 8. Rick Payne Jr. in the 29. Here we come. Turning gears, Brio takes him down off turn 2. Bachelor goes second. On the outside, Colson battles for third with Goodenough as they come into turn 4. Goodenough down to the inside. Goodenough looks inside, holding the line on the outside. Colson pulls away by Colling. shot. The leader is a 21 of Rio, 9 Bachelor, 37 Colson. The battle for fourth now. Good enough into 1. Raymond into 62, and he's got her at the line. Raymond up to 4th. Good enough back to 5th. 3 of 6, then Drug. Grasso, Knight, and Payne. Land Rio with a strong lead as they go on to the halfway mark. This time by Rio, Bachelor, Colson. Then a little bobble by Colson. Here comes Raymond. Roger Raymond down to the inside. Can he hold that line off the corner? Raymond and Colson for 3rd now. Raymond and Colson for 3rd. And Raymond has got the 3rd spot. It's Rio up front. Bachelor, Raymond, Colson. Goodenough and Bree battle for 5th. Bree's got him. And Billy Bree moves into 5th with 2 laps to go now. It's Rio, Bachelor, Raymond, Colson, then Bree, Goodenough, and Drug. Grasso, Knight, and Payne. Gary Knight spins on the backstretch trying to get a yellow, and he doesn't get it. 1 lap to go. Roger Raymond closing in on Mike Bachelor. Will he catch him before the race is over? Here's the checkered flag. Rio, Bachelor, Raymond, Colson, Bree, Goodenough, and Drug. Then Grasso, Knight, Payne, and down a lap, Gary Knight in the 8. Collinson's Ford, Monkey Karen. And in the 16, newcomer, Brennan Fuller in Enfield, Connecticut, in the Dirty McDuff's Camaro. Here they come. Percy and Marquis go to the front. Around goes Beckwith all the way, 180 degrees, and keeps it smoking. It'll be Hersey, Marquis, Boniface, Patnose, Blackmore, Karen up the outside, racing with Schofield, then Bachelor, Fuller, and Beckwith. Marquis getting a little pressure from Jim Boniface. On top, it's Hersey. Karen working the outside, moves up to 5th on the outside of Blackmore. Hersey trying to stay out there. Boniface putting a lot of pressure on Marquis, trying to find a weak spot. Can't quite get him underneath. Caution on the track as Bennett Fuller spins. Bennett Fuller spins out the 16X. Holding him back. Now he gets right there. Goes with Marquis. Marquis on it a little bit harder. They come to the line. Marquis grabs the lead on that restart. Boniface not quite able to move up. Now he's underneath Patnode. Halfway. Todd Patnode trying to hold his line. Boniface right there side by side with him. Marquis your leader. Hersey goes 2nd. Boniface battling for 3rd with Patnode. And Patnode uses the outside lane to hold on to 3rd. Boniface handles a little bit better down inside too. Patnode doing battle, holding his own. Patnode has 3rd. 2 laps to go now when they come by. Hersey closing in on Marquis. Patnode really pushing that car now, trying to catch the leaders. Right flag out. It'll be Marquis, Hersey, Patnode, Boniface, and Karen. Boniface trying to get enough fight to get into that 3rd spot. They come down to the corner. It'll be a checkered flag for Jerry Marquis. Boniface takes off third. Karen fifth. Then it's Bachelor sixth, Blackmore seventh. Eighth is Schofield and Beckwith and Fuller. The win goes to Marquis. Hersey second. The Goose Patrol overlooks the racetrack, and here's how they line up. Eddie Redwood. Here they come. Green is out. Contacts on the start. Everybody got out of the gas, so they could have wiped out big time. Stoney holds his own down low. Avery all over his bumper. Avery moves in, tapping away. It is Stone, Avery, Marquis. Look out. Kennedy, Raymond, Radwick, and Jarvis. Avery up on the outside of Stoney now. And Avery trying to work Stone for the lead, but here comes Marquis. Stoney holding his own. Lets it drift up and takes away the lead. Once again, Avery comes back to the outside. We're at the halfway mark, and Stone is your leader. Avery second, Marquis third. Kennedy fourth, fifth is Jarvis. Radwick is sixth. Now, Avery's got the outside line and the lead. Avery on top. Stone second, Marquis third. Kennedy and Jarvis. Three to go. 3 laps to go now. Two laps left. It's an Avery Marquis run. White flag for Dan Avery, Jerry Marquis, Ed Stone, Ed Kennedy, and Dwight Jarvis. Jarvis still trying to get another spot away from Kennedy. Finally gets up on the outside of him. Takes it down into turn 3. Here they come for the checkers. It'll be Avery. Marquis, Stone, Jarvis grabs fourth away from Kennedy, goes to fifth, then Marty Radwick and Roger Raymond. So the win goes to Dan Avery over Jerry Marquis at another calendar right after this modified qualifying event, so have the adult tickets out. We might call out your number, then we'll get another batch of tickets and do some more. Here they come. TJ gets a jump on the brake and takes him down the backstretch. Look out. Albro brings it back without damage, but he's got to play catch-up now. DJ a little bit squirrely. He'll take it high into turn 4. Rusty trying to stay right on his bumper so he doesn't have any room to drift out. Ball looking high. Here comes Beacom down to the low side with Monteith. Monteith trying to make up some ground now. And Albro has nearly caught the lead pack. Albro having some trouble keeping the rear end down. He's up there again. Looks like both the front and the rear of the field are having trouble handling at the halfway mark. TJ Small may collect himself a win here. 3 to go. Check that, 4 to go. Now, in trouble in the 19. In the 16, Dave Beacom is having trouble. TJ and Rusty all by themselves. Monteith is up to third, Albro fourth. Definite problems in the 16 for Beacom. 2 to go. 2 to go now. Working on lap 9. White flag for TJ Small and Rusty Ball. Here comes your winner, TJ Small, Rusty Ball, Kirby Monteith, and Dennis Albro. And problems with the 16 as Dave Pinkham coasts into the pits. Thurston is the last one across the line.
6. Here they come. Green flag is out. Stebbins and Griswold side by side to the line. It's Griswold heading into turn 1. They make contact. Griswold gets out of shape. Stebbins does too, and Cram gets hooked and goes around with car number 11. On the backstretch, Cram. Yellow flag is out and coming to the line. A lot of contact right off the bat. Cram bringing the field around once again. Green is out. He and Griswold are again side by side to the line. Down into turn 1, it's Griswold blasting out into the lead on the backstretch. Stebbins alongside Barry Gray, battle for second. Gray already coming back on strong with car number 29. Contact in the middle. Fitzgerald gets out of shape. Griswold continues to hold the lead. Gray running second. Stebbins, Brio, Alexander, and Beatty. Tight battle for third. Here comes Alexander up high, the 44X. He gets third away from Stebbins, and here comes Brio around the outside as well with his 29. Heads up for the lead. Griswold with a challenge from Barry Gray. Gray heads low. Off of turn number 4, it's Gray with the number 1 spot once again. So now he is searching for his 9th victory of the year. Griswold closing right back in. Alexander up to third. Brio has got 4th. Dan 7th, now 5th. John Meany, Roger Shepard, Al Fitzgerald, Clayton Graham, R.J. Rolette, Frank Buffum, and Dale Lavoie. Looking for a perfect night. Second win in one night if he can hold on. And there's very little doubt about that. Griswold having a great run still in second with car number 60. He's holding off Kirk Alexander. Alexander looks low. Can't quite make the move that time. Brio is all alone in 4th. We'll see if he can catch the lead trio. Griswold way up high with the 60, and that opens the door for Alexander. A lot easier push, and he gets to second spot. Battle for third now. Brio down low on Griswold. Griswold holds the number 3 spot. As they go through turns 1 and 2, make that 3 and 4. At the line, Brio has it by a bumper, and now off of turn 2, he's got it by a little bit more. Halfway mark this time by. Gray begins to just run away from the field with Alexander trying to reel him in. It looks like they're staying pretty even, but also moving up is Eddie Brio Jr., so Alexander will have to keep a close eye on that. Griswold now 4th. In 5th, it's 7th. 6th is the 34 of Shepard. Then it's Meany, Clinton Graham, Al Fitzgerald, Rolette, and now 10 laps to go for your leader, Barry Gray. Brio has caught Alexander. They will battle for the second spot. Alexander try to fend off the challenge of the 29 junior, who now looks a little bit to the high side, drops back in line, and they've got quite a battle going on for that spot. Meanwhile, further back, Roger Shepard has moved back up to 5th. 7th and Meany going at it for 6th. And trouble for Gail Lavoie up in turn 4. Yellow is out. Side on the backstretch, set to go to green, 8 laps to go. Barry Gray alongside Kirk Alexander. That's the order they run in the point standings, and that's the order they are now. Green is out. Gray able to hold on. Alexander tucks right in. Brio is 3rd. Griswold 4th still. Shepard 5th. Meany, Graham, then Stebbins, and Fitzgerald. Alexander and Brio running close. Right behind them, Griswold and Roger Shepard. That battle for second heats up once again. Here comes Brio right down low in the 29 junior. He's got a line on Alexander as they go through turns 3 and 4. Both cars get a slightest bit sideways as they head into turn 1, and Roger Shepard has a problem on the 34. Tough break as he works his way all the way back up into the top 5 and now drops out. As Gray pulls away, Brio grabs position number 2 at the line, holding it over Alexander. Alexander on the high side will drop back to 3rd now with the 44X. He'll try to reel Brio back in. 2 laps to go. Griswold still 4th. Meany now runs up in 5th. Graham back up to 6th. Stebbins, Fitzgerald, Drolet, and Buffum. White flag. 1 lap to go for Barry Gray. Checkered flag. Once again, your winner is Barry Gray. All right, Barry Gray rolls to win number 8 on the season here at Monadnock. Be sure you flag Bonnie down. We'll be giving away that money right after the next feature. This was our first feature, the late models, and then we've got 4 more to go. After our 3rd is when we give away the money. We've also got a lot of NASCAR souvenirs to give away. Let me give you a quick number while Mike is getting set to talk with Barry Gray. I still need to see number 3045. That's adult ticket 3045. And adult ticket number... Well, no wonder no one's bringing it up. I got both halves of 3045 up here. Well, never mind. Solve that problem. Kids ticket. Kids ticket number 175690. That's the other half of that one, too. That's no good. Here's Mike. Keeping the spirit of Alan Kowicki alive, here's your winner once again in the late models, Barry Gray. What a night, Barry. All right. 2 wins, 1 night. I'll tell you, once this car gets out front, it just cooks.
I'll tell you, the crew's been working real hard, and, it seemed like we really got the car going good. I'd like to again thank Cliff's Auto Body, Tony's Radiator, Leon's Auto Repair, Meadows Motor Cars, Say No to Drugs, Precision Automotive, and all you wonderful fans for coming out here tonight. Thanks.
There's Barry Gray with another win tonight. 2 in 1 night, car number 29. And over here to your second place finisher, Eddie Brio Jr. Eddie, another great run, this time in second. This car is really hooked up in this race too.
Well, hopefully next week we can improve one more spot. I'd like to thank the guys. After the first race, we changed the rear end and transmission, tried to stop the smoking. It helped out quite a bit. We just got to get some tires on it for next week. I think we'll be all set.
All right, look for Eddie Brio Jr. back here next week, car number 29 Jr. And over here, your third place finisher, Kirk Alexander with a great run. Kirk, this car appeared to be pushing a little bit, but it was running good in fact of that.
Yeah, well, actually, you know, it's wasn't handling the greatest, but, you know, no excuses. It's kind of my fault, but we'll get it better next week. So I'd like to thank my sponsors, Alexander Sheet Metal, All Metals, and Brothers Tire Service.
There's Kirk Alexander, your third place finisher in tonight's late model feature.
Paige Oldsmobile, New Hampshire license DLW 15 New Hampshire. Ted Shabbat in the 363. 20 laps, here they come, looking for green off the corner. And it'll be Davis and Davis up front, 3 Davises and a Clayton. Here comes the Miller up the inside. The quick line moves quickly up the inside down in the white line. Anaki uses the bumper and gets a warning. At the line, it'll be Jason Davis leading with Anaki second. But off turn 2, things begin to change. Anaki with Pollard and Alexander now as they bring it down to the line. Anaki takes over the lead, Pollard slides underneath, they bang hubs, and Pollard takes the lead. The 373 black flag, and here comes your leader, Pollard now. Pollard takes over, followed by Anaki, then Felton, Alexander, DeWitt Davis, Jason Davis, Ron Smith, and Chris Davis, Ermark, and Clayton. Anaki trying to find a way around Pollard, and Pollard will have nothing of it. Here comes Felton up the outside. Down into the corner, Felton on the low high side of Anaki. Alexander right there, waiting for a break. Pollard looking for his third win of the year. Long way to go before they'll have a winner. Pollard, Anaki gets out of shape, and there goes Felton. Alexander couldn't stuff it down inside. A break for Pollard. Pollard and Felton bring it down to the line, looking for that checkered. Felton on Pollard's back bumper now as they close in on race traffic. Anaki still third, Alexander fourth, and Smith is up to fifth. To the line, it'll be Pollard, Felton, Anaki, Alexander, and Smith. Pollard trying to keep it straight, coming off the corners. They go wide around Davis. Halfway now, halfway. Darrell Pollard, Fred Felton battling it out for the lead, and Anaki right there behind him. Felton looks inside. Pollard hugs the low side of the racetrack, and there's no room to go underneath. Alexander still having trouble keeping the back end down. 12 laps down, 8 laps to go. Pollard works high around lap traffic. Felton thought about going underneath, but follows Pollard. Anaki goes high. He's going to try to cut low, but there's no room there. Alexander and Smith now starting for position. Alexander and Smith fighting for that fifth spot. Pollard and Felton still looking strong at lap 14. Pollard using the lap cars as a pick to keep Felton behind him. Coming down for lap 15, 5 to go. Now 5 to go. And Smith has taken over the 5th spot from Alexander. Darrell Pollard, Fred Felton. Pollard and Felton. Some extra power and closed in. Felton starts to look to the outside of Pollard. Pollard hugs the low side. Here's Felton swapping lanes, and he starts to put the pressure on. Felton and Pollard down into turn 3. They come together, and it's Felton's lead with lap DT. Anaki gets underneath Pollard as well. All of a sudden, it's going to be Fred Felton with a white flag. Alan Anaki and Darrell Pollard. Felton, Anaki, and Pollard. Smith has closed in. So has Alexander. They come down for the checkers now. Turn 4. It'll be Felton's race. His 5th win. Anaki goes 2nd. Pollard 3rd. Smith will be 4th and Alexander 5th. The win goes to Fred Felton, his 5th of the year. Office. Fred Felton, 5th time for the season. A couple of them he got after some disqualifications, but this last 2 he's had a double up and a good run. Here he is, Fred Felton, your winner tonight in the mini stock on Gary's Power Equipment Night. And Fred, you can turn around here. They want to see what a handsome guy you are, and the guys back here see enough of you, so it doesn't matter.
Talked about that.
Looked like you found a little extra there toward the end.
Well, yeah, he was getting real loose going in. I couldn't quite get him on the outside, but managed to crawl underneath him there and get him.
Got into there, and that's 5 wins. The car seems to be running a little bit better second half of the year.
Oh, much better. It was real bad the first part of the year. I tried a different engine combination. It didn't work. Pulled a lot with the chassis the last 5 weeks. The car is much, much better.
Well, that's always been your hallmark, has been chassis, as I recall, back in the early days of modified racing anyway.
Yeah. You watch right past. It's going to be in the turn. I won't get him down straight away. I don't have that kind of steam.
Good run for Fred Felton. Win number 5 on the season. Here on Gary's Power Equipment Night, Alan Anaki had a run at it a couple times, and here's the young man. For someone who doesn't get warm-ups very often, that car still seems to perform for you every week.
Well, we finally got the engine running right, and actually we've had about a month of a dry spell. And, geez, I couldn't keep it where I wanted to. I really, it was slipping and sliding. We spent the last couple of weeks, transmission screwed up, engine messed up, got those squared away. Now, hopefully we'll get the suspension working and give everybody a run, and Rick a run for the money. Ron.
Give him a run for the money. You got 2 weeks to do it, and it's good luck. For second finisher, Alan Anaki, here on Gary's Power Equipment Night. And Darrell, it looked like the old girl was going, but then she didn't.
Yeah, we had handling problems. I don't know. It's kind of disappointing 2 weeks in a row to be done like that, but next week. I need to say thanks to Rick Kidder, who helped my dad put the car together this week. He's been a lot of help.
Good run. Darrell Pollard finishes 3rd, continues to be consistent. And we've got more features coming up on Gary's Power Equipment Night. Gary's. All right, we're set to go to green. 20 laps of strictly stock action. Walt Pachalski and Rob Morton bring the field around, and the green flag is out. Pachalski grabs the early lead with car number 37. Morgan in the OT trying to hold second. Here comes Jeff Griswold in the 46. Alongside him, the 13 Ford Paterni. A little contact is made among 2nd through 5th. Morton hangs on to position number 2, and we've got a piece of sheet metal dragging off the Steve Drew number 17. As Dave Meany pulls up alongside him, that sheet metal might fly right off. Then again, maybe not. It's still dragging off the right front quarter panel on the 17 for Drew. Drew tries to move up to 4th underneath Paterni.
He's got the line and the spot. Griswold off of turn 4 has second at the line over the OT of Rob Morton. Meanwhile, Pachowski has pulled away out. Now Meany gets crossed up off of turn 2. He spins into the backstretch. A tough break for Dave Meany. There's the yellow flag. Of course, the Strictly stocks always put on one heck of a show. Bump and grind to the front. The shot at the lead. Tough break for Steve Drew. He's got some sheet metal hanging off the right front. So he'll bring that Malibu down pit road. Set to go back to green. 3 laps complete. 17 to go. Strictly stocks putting on another great show for us. There's the green, and Pachowski leads once again. Griswold looking to challenge. Paterni with a problem. There's contact made. Morton comes in to battle. Frank Carey flying up the outside. Paterni getting sideways. And yellow flag stays out. We've got trouble in turn 2. It involves the 17 of Steve Drew. He gets together with the 51 junior of Doug McLean. So a tough break for Drew once again. As we go back to caution, is up to 3rd. Car number 3. Next in line is Bob Paterni. Then it's the 08 of Muka. Green is out. Griswold getting tapped as everybody plays bumper tag, and we're on the way once again. Paterni gets right up close to the wall, but holds on. Frank Harry has now moved up into 2nd. Car number 3. There comes Muka down low on Griswold, battle for 3rd. Now Griswold gets all out of shape, and Muka comes right in to challenge for that 3rd spot. Pachowski still running very well with the 37. He and Carey have really moved out. Black flag for Doug McLean, car number 51 junior. He pulls off. Muka and Griswold side by side for 3rd still, and at the line it's Muka. Tom Muka has the top 3 spot in his grip. Car number 08. Kelly Coleman explodes going down the pits. Radiator letting go on the 9. And there's the yellow as he is unable to keep that car rolling. Coleman got right up on pit road, and that car just plumed into steam as the radiator lets go. And field so evenly matched. Pretty much most of the top 10 has a shot. On the backstretch, Kenny Isimone stares them down. Carey tries to get a jump, and there's the green flag. Pachowski comes back, and they're side by side to the line. Griswold tries to move back into 3rd, but once again gets crossed up in car number 46. Up front, Pachowski leads Carey. Muka holds 3rd. Griswold and Caspin side by side for 5th. Make that 4th. One of them's going to be 4th, one of them's going to be 5th when that's over. Paterni tracks it on the backstretch, but holds his 6th spot. Joe Zellman now running 7th. Bizayo on the outside, looking to move up to 8th with Zielinski and Morton just inside the top 10. Pachowski continuing to pull away. Here comes Muka running low on Carey. Muka looks to grab position number 2, and he's got it at the line. Good move by Tom Muka. Definitely a factor in this event. Carey goes back to 3rd with the 3, but still he is in contention, and Tom Caspin Jr. has moved up to 4th with the 17X. Black flag for Alameda. He immediately pulls it into the infield. Pachalski, Muka, Carey, Cashman, Griswold, Materni, Zielinski, Zellman, Meany, and Morgan. Now Muka closes right in on the back bumper of the 37 of Pachalski as they head off turn 4. 7 laps to go. Can Muka close the gap and really make it a tight battle? Down through turns 1 and 2, Materni and Zielinski get together. Materni is all out of shape. He gets bumped back to a couple of more spots as Zellman moves to the low side with car number 22. Zellman and Materni come together off of turn 4. Now here comes Meany. Pachalski continues to hold off Muka. Battle for third. Down low, here comes Tom Cashman Jr. But Carey holds him off. Again, Cashman is low, but cannot make the move, and Griswold has caught back up to those two racers in third and fourth. This time by, we have 3 laps remaining. Walt Pachalski looking for his first win of the season. Here comes Muka diving low in car number 08. The door is wide open and Muka gets in and goes through. He's got the lead. Tom Cashman Jr. gets off a little bit. He's back to 5th as Griswold goes by. White flag in the air, 1 to go for Tom Muka. Quick move, and Muka is now your leader en route to his second win of the year. Can he hold on? He's pulling away now. It looks good for the car number 08 of Muka. Checkered flag in the air, and there's your winner, Tom Muka. At the line for second, it's Pachalski.
Tom Muka pushes hard, pushed Walt Pachalski about as far, and it looks like Walt will not. Steps in to talk with your winner. I have some ticket numbers to give out, and listen carefully. These are adult tickets. Look real hard because it's hard to read the numbers tonight. 3263, 3263, once again 3254, 2061, 2061, 2238, 2238, and 2192.
And second win of the year for Tom Muka. All right, Tom, great running car tonight, I'll tell you, for your second win of the year.
The car was great tonight. My crew, all my sponsors, I can't thank them enough. I'm looking for a ride for next year, so I'm just trying to do a nice, clean job and get the job done, and maybe people will come, you know?
All right,
So
and
thank you very
sponsors you'd like to thank for the second win.
Lindsay's Auto Repair for doing a fine job on his posi rear end. Woodhaven Collision that I can't thank enough. And everybody that's helped me out. I'd really like to thank everybody, and most of all, you people for being here.
All right, there's Tom Muka, your winner tonight in the Strictly Stock feature. That's his second win of the season. And over here for second, Walt Pachalski. First of all, Walt, happy birthday. I'm telling you, you're coming closer and closer to a win every week.
Well, car had a little push, and, well, Tom got underneath me fair and square. Maybe next week. Car ran good. I got to thank the guys. I've been on vacation all week, so I haven't had a chance to work on the car. The guys worked on it all week. They got it set up.
All right, there's Walt Pachalski, your second place finisher. And over here, Frank Carey. Frank, congratulations. This car has really run strong ever since you got your first win of the season.
Yeah, it's running all right. The tires went away on us towards the end there, so we kind of just had to hold it down low and take the third spot. I want to thank Mount Toby Auto, Dillon Chevrolet, and Patterson Farms.
All right, there's Frank Carey, tonight's third place finisher in the Strictly Stocks.
In the 75, from Granby, Connecticut in the 75, it's Danny Grasso. Fill out the field. The 77, Bruce Batchel. 6, Bill Bree. The 60 by Jeff Beckwith. 10 is Dave Knight. 8 is Gary Knight. Then the rest of the field as they come down and take the green to start tonight's 35 lapper. Up front in the 13, it's Hersey, Padnode, Raymond, followed by Colson. Colson coming back, Garrett coming up the outside along with Marquis. They round and dice as they come through the corners. Good enough, trying to get underneath Marquis to get those 2 points back. The sleeve pours down the track. Bill Bree in trouble in the 6X. It's still Hersey on top with Padnode, Raymond, and Colson. Bachelor. Look out, trouble, Funky Karen. Makes contact with Jerry Marquis and brings out the caution on lap 5. Whoa, I didn't see quite what happened, but Karen's hood flew up. Marquis going into pits for a tire. Karen's going to have to go into the pits for a tire. Boy, what a break for Rob Goodenough. Marquis 2 points ahead of him in the championship. Marquis was right behind Rob Goodenough, and Dick may have fallen one more spot behind. Coming from the back of the pack, and they're coming hard. Hersey gets the jump. Raymond slips underneath Padnode. A lot of thumping and bumping going on. Look out. Your leader's going to be Hersey. Russ Hersey, hoping to become the second rookie to get his first win. Roger Raymond there with him. Brio moves into third. Padnode fourth. Bachelor moves up, fighting for fifth. Colson's back to sixth, and it's Drug seventh. Now, Goodenough eighth. Boniface ninth. Goodenough trying to find some racing room on the outside. Marquis way back there. Here comes the pressure on Hersey. Raymond is there. Rio is there. Rob Goodenough works the outside, trying to move up. Karen's working the outside, trying to find his way through traffic. Meanwhile, we come down to lap 9 with Hersey fighting for the lead with Raymond and Rio. Karen takes it 3 wide, trying to move up, and he does it. Hersey, Raymond, here's Bachelor for third. Padnode fifth. Colson sixth. Seventh is Strong. Eighth is Boniface. Ninth is Bachelor. 10th is Goodenough. Then it's Blacketer, Karen. Blackmore, Karen. Knight, Bree, and Marquis. Whoa, look out. Bill Bree comes through the corner, almost took out the rest of the field. The freight train off turn 4 with Hersey at the engine. Oh, no! Goodenough is in the wall. Punky Karen got him, and his right front is all ripped up. Rob Goodenough trying to squeeze in between the wall and another car, and he got creamed. The right side is ripped up, the left side is ripped up. Punky Karen's tire is rolling into the infield. Karen trying to avoid that, coming up through traffic. Lights out. No Rob Goodenough. Here they come, looking for green. Hersey and Raymond. Raymond is there. Hersey gets full. Caution backstretch. Rick Payne in the 29 goes flying to the infield off the backstretch and breaks out the caution. He's getting a go-ahead as he comes up the line. Here comes Garrett, and here comes the green. And he's got a full head of steam as he catches the back of the pack. Percy holding on to the top spot. Here comes the pressure. Look out on the backstretch. We've got 3 or 4 of them piled up. We've lost a 6. An engine has come unglued. No one's paying attention to the caution flag. Fire underneath the hood, or steam, I say that was. And let's see who it is. Boniface, radiator went. You've got Blackmore up against the wall, and you also had collected Bill Bree.
This is the passing zone. Bob Goodenough has just come back on the racetrack. Goodenough has come back out to the racetrack. What a break tonight. That means if it does get any worse in rain, he will be able to race on at the completed event. Goodenough takes it back out, and he is right behind Boniface. Wet, but behind Boniface.